crank it up loud. Let the story unfold. We're the masters of smash. Be brave and be bold. In the heart of the battle, we'll rise from the ground. With every beat thumping in a warrior sound.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Welcome to Smash Masters episode 73.
Yeah. We got a pretty cool guest going on tonight. But what about the week? What have you had going on? Anything good?
This is pretty good. I had an interesting client over the weekend. I don't think I told you about. It was I don't know if you've all seen Dodgeball. In Dodgeball, there's a scene where they're trying to raise money for their gym, and there's they have a car wash, a bathing suit car wash, but it's a bunch of like middle-aged dudes. So one of them's he's a younger kid, and it's we're not getting anybody to get our car washes done. It's just that guy keeps having Billy wash his rims, and this guy's just watching him just rub his rims. He's like, "That's it, boy, getting there nice and deep." Like, I had a client like that over the weekend.
He was supervising your dent repair.
Oh, dude, it was as soon as I pulled up, it was the folding chair, cha-chink, right behind me. It sat right there the whole time. Geez, I mean, the guy was pleasant. I mean, I had conversation with him the whole time, but
yeah, man,
is it changed the whole game when you got that client watching your every move. And also it was sorry to interrupt. It's one of those guys that when I pulled up, I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's pretty typical around this area. That's why a couple episodes ago when we had Andrew on, he was talking about being a therapist. That's where you get into some of those real deep conversations, and they can add a level to your dent repair for sure that you have to take away from concentrating and kind of keep him entertained while keeping the dent repair entertained and keeping out of the sun or whatever, out of the weather. It can be a bit difficult.
It's a mental game. One way I like to turn it around, maybe this could help somebody out, but I like to turn it into a research opportunity. I mean, I start going, "So did you contact anybody else for this repair? Get any other estimates?" And then they start, "Oh yeah, I talked to like 4 or 5. Oh yeah, who'd you talk to? What were their price ranges? What's going on? How'd you find me? Did you look at my website?" That kind of stuff. All that is useful information, and you turn that situation into something that can benefit you. That's what I've been doing lately anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. But you never know. Just like being on here live, you never know where the situation's going to turn, and sometimes that little research party can end soon, or it can take a while. Just depends on who they are, what they've done.
Are you referring to your camera that might shut off at any given moment?
It might. I think what it was doing is I had my phone charging up too, and I think it was cutting it off. So hopefully it don't.
Okay. Good evening, Chris Jackson. Nice to see you.
Up? So while you're here twiddling that thing, what is that thing that you have in your hand?
Oh, sorry. I didn't even realize it was in my hand. So this is a Cam Auto multi-tool. It does a lot more than I can mention for you at this moment, but it measures. It's actually a wrench. It's metal.
Okay.
And you're not going to hear it, but it's metal, and it'll grab a bolt, all those hex points at the bottom. You can put your business card in that slot, and it's a cell phone stand. You can, measure stuff. There's a flathead screwdriver on the end of it. There's a scraper. It's sharpened on the edge. There's a lot of useful stuff in here. So I don't know. I was just a fidget tool. I was just playing with it. But yeah, nice. It has Charlie's logo on it. Cam Auto. I just put out a video about, I don't know, half hour ago about his crease tabs and crease feet for the Smart Mini lifter. Go check that out. That is my favorite way to lift creases. So
gotcha. Yeah.
Just putting that out there right there.
The Smart Mini lifter is a good tool. If you don't have it, you definitely need one.
I agree.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a mini bridge. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a mini bridge. I mean, it's a multi-use tool. You can do a lot with it, especially if you have limited amount of storage space. That one's a good one to have.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I think you do.
Yes, you did tell us you had an identical twin. That's right, Josh. Yeah. Oh, Jason, what tabs are they? Maybe I should bring up the video. How about that?
All right, yeah.
Well, go ahead. Let's bring out Jeremy, and I'll bring out the video. So
all right, let's do it.
There he is, Jeremy Sheehan.
Jeremy?
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Nice. Welcome in. So I think Stefan's about to play a video, right, about a crease tab.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up now. I gotta say, I gotta tell a little story. I mean, I was going through and I wanted to have Jeremy on, and I have to be honest, I went to our list of podcasts and I went through all the names to make sure we didn't have Jeremy on already, because honestly, I feel like I've talked to this guy a lot. And I don't know if you guys have been to MTE or another trade show, but you go to a show like that and there's all these people that you want to talk to, but you keep running into the same people again and again and again and again. That was Jeremy this year at MTE. I mean, I felt like we ran into Jeremy like 20 times, but it was great. Every time we'd start up a conversation, I got to talk with them. And that's why I think I know a lot about you. But definitely glad to have you on.
Yeah. So what MTE is all about is getting to see each other. So it's nice.
It's a good networking opportunity. And if you're not familiar with tools, just getting started in the business and all that, it's good to put your hands on some of the stuff to see if you like it or not.
For sure. So instead of the video, I found this picture. These are the tabs right here. These are crease tabs from Cam Auto, and that's their Smart Mini lifter with the crease tabs feet.
So they have Cam Auto has two different types of tabs. Are these the flat ones or the dome shaped ones?
There's actually both in there.
Okay. So which ones were you using in your video? I don't think you specified.
Flat ones.
Flat ones?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice.
The dome ones I feel fit better for a deeper crease. And then the video really wasn't a deeper crease.
Okay.
So but between them, I mean, you can really reverse those creases without, making another pull in that spot afterwards. If you place the tab correctly, if you pull that tab a little bit off, it's going to obviously be off, but
right. Yeah.
Great tool. I highly recommend it.
Nice.
And that's the Cam Auto hammer there. That's one of the few hammers that made me put down my snap-on hammers. Honestly, I mean, it's got a nice feel to it. It's got the carbon fiber shaft on it, but the weight is just perfect. Interchangeable tips, so you can put whatever you want on there.
Those tabs, they probably would, but they're a little taller than your average tab, so it would be really awkward to get that in there. I don't think it would.
I haven't tested it. I don't think it would either. I think you need this lifter for those tabs.
That is some blocks of wood.
The other reason being is that, and let me put it back up there, is that those feet, notice how close those feet are to each other? Mm-hmm. They trap the tab right in between the feet.
Yeah.
So these tabs are designed to work directly with those feet, and it's a winning combination.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it with something else, but I'd recommend getting the whole setup.
Are the heads skinnier on those compared to a normal tab?
No.
I don't think so. They're just taller. So, I mean, if you wanted to, without having to buy that, you could get blocks of wood and go through there and still lift those up. But the mini lifter is a good tool to have. So, I don't know.
Yep.
I would say get the whole thing because you can use that for mini bridge, use it for crease feet, you can use it for regular tabs, whatever. There's a ton of good uses for it.
And not only that, it's just an easy tool to use. The legs pop on and off easy. They slide in and out easy. It changes position easy. You can set tighten the collar on it and leave it like a bridge. Leave tension on it, and then go grab your knockdown while there's tension on it, like a bridge. So it's
James Bernard says he thinks, he's not sure, but he thinks he has that mini lifter.
I think you do too, and
He
I
probably
think
does.
you won it on a Smash Masters giveaway.
Probably so. All right. Anyways, let's get into Jeremy's story and see what he's got going on.
We got on a little ramble there.
Jeremy, let's take us through the front and kind of go through your you was in a body shop. So let's go through your career and just start at the very beginning for us. See what you have going on.
Yeah, what was your first car related thing?
So in high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and they had it's called BOCES. It's just like something they have in the New York school programs, and they have like construction, all the physical training and stuff. And I kind of fell in love with the auto body, so I was like, this sounds cool.
Okay,
dude, I loved it. I had terrible grades in high school. As soon as I started auto body, like high 90s, like. Showed up every day, like just loved it. Then
so this is a high school program?
Yeah. It was 2 years at a high school. Okay. And then I went to college for a year at Ohio Technical College in Cleveland. And I did like collision repair and refinishing there for a year. And then I did like a 3-month custom paint class for like airbrushing, pinstriping, stuff like that. And then while I was in Cleveland, they had like a job fair, and there was a company in Buffalo called Karuba Collision. You know, they sponsored like the Bills and the Sabres, and growing up, I'd see like the big hits of the game were all sponsored by them. And they were at the career fair, and they're like, you want to move to Buffalo? And I was like, I live there already. And they're like, you're hired. Like, show up here. And I showed up at the shop on Niagara Falls Boulevard, and like, just like met my work family. Like they just took me under their wing, and like it was great. And then Gerber bought them out, and so it became a Gerber. And then I went through the TDP training program that Gerber has. Okay. So they took me.
We haven't heard about that training so much. So tell us, kind of guide us through what that is. We know what Crash Champions and Caliber offers, but not so much Gerber yet.
It's kind of like that. You know, they have incentives for the mentor and for the trainee, and they take you from, you know, a C-Tech, just, you know, doing a small tiny dent on a fender and maybe changing a bumper or something, all the way up to, you know, sectioning a frame rail, putting a quarter panel in, like putting a roof panel on. And then, you know, they have steps all between the ways of like checking progression. Like, you know, they have a corporate guy, and, you know, you got to send in pictures, and they got to approve it all. And it's just a step. It's like pretty much the same thing as Caliber.
So like if you're going to do like a sectioning procedure or do some major collision work, you send all that up, and this guy approves it or denies, or is that what I'm hearing?
It would be like a quarterly review. I wouldn't have to do it on all my repairs. It would just be like, I was going to the next stage.
Major intrusive repairs, so like replacing ultra high strength steel panels and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, like if I'm going to the next stage, they do like a test.
Yeah.
At least they did it when I was. And, you know, I would have to upload pictures and do all that. And then
so they had a little bit of accountability sessions in place for people, so you couldn't just kind of like hide or mask up a bunch of work. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good, because there are opportunities to hide and mask up things. So it's good to learn to not do that.
They gave us like a toolbox with like a ton of tools. Like, dude, it had to be like 10,000. What's up?
Gave you?
Yeah, gave. I had to sign like a 3-year contract, and they gave. Yeah, but I mean, I was already working there for a while. You know what I mean? And I already like the training program was during COVID, so like while this was happening, I was getting laid off, and just kind of like would get extended. So during that time, like I already built my tool arsenal of what I had. So I just had a bunch of doubles and stuff like that.
what was the tool brand box that they were given? Was it a roll cart, or was it a full drawer toolbox, or do you remember?
It was a 2-bay toolbox, and it was an Extreme Tools toolbox. It was actually really, really nice. Like
they're not bad.
It was super nice. And then they had gear wrench tools.
Okay.
That they were giving us. So it was,
Nice.
It was quality stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not Snap-on or Matco, but
it's lifetime warranty.
That's similar to what Caliber was doing. They were handing out gear wrench tools and a couple other things, but I think they gave out a roll cart. A style. I can't remember what brand they gave out, but they gave out a roll cart full of stuff, and they had some gear wrench and other things in it. That was pretty nice. But this is a Extreme 2-bay toolbox, so you were set up.
It was big, and then like when I moved to Arizona, like I was trying to get rid of shit. Like all my doubles, I was like selling. I was like, I'm not taking this toolbox with me. Sold it to one of my mentors, super cheap. Shout out Manny. Yeah, I had great mentors through the program too, which was sick. I had a guy named Doug and a guy named Manny, and it was just awesome.
Wow, you got really lucky then. So that's really good.
Having mentors from just fresh out of college to the 3-year when you're done signing up, do you think it was a lot easier to learn from guys like that versus just like going out of trade school and trying to get in by yourself, or what do you think?
Dude, I went to trade school, but that it just taught me how to do stuff on paper. Like I didn't know how to take cars apart. Like I didn't know how to align doors and do the small things. That's my buddy Cody. He's awesome. What's up, Cody? So yeah, just I feel like being there did more, but the mentors helped excel that.
All those small details that are really difficult to catch on to, that people struggle with, lining hoods, fenders, doors, all that kind of little small details.
The little tricks too with the lining up too, like what to do when the hood's too low in the back,
fitting some foam on the hinge or whatever,
fitting doors without gaskets versus with gaskets and all that type of stuff. It makes a difference.
And then having two different mentors was sweet because they have their own ways of doing things. So I was kind of able to look at, the one way Manny did something, and then take something from Doug and take something from my own brain and make it my own thing, Yeah.
Right. I love that you said that. I absolutely love that you said that because that's a lot of people get stuck in the they learn from one person and then they don't want to hear anything else. No, that's not the way that my mentor showed me 10 years ago. So, you're wrong. And it's, no, listen to everybody. That doesn't mean everybody is right. Find what works for you and move on. You have to keep an open mind. So I love that you said that. That's
right. It's right. For sure.
And I always say I'm new to PDR. I haven't even been doing it for 2 years, but I feel like no matter how long you've been doing any work, always keep an open mind. Listen to the people who are new to this, because just because we're new doesn't mean we don't have a like mind. We're trying to get the same thing done, and we might have different ways to get to it.
Right.
So
for sure.
So how long did you end up staying in that position before you actually left? I know you mentioned earlier you made a move from pretty much across the country, but
so I was with Gerber for about 4.5 years, 4 years. I was with Karuba, then Gerber, just kind of combining them there. And then I moved to Arizona, and I was like, all right, we're going to do it a little bit different. I wanted to try an independent shop. I tried an independent shop. That taught me a whole different realm of how to do collision repair, and it opened my eyes.
So being at the shop in Buffalo, what was one of the most difficult things that you had to do in Buffalo, or that was, one of the harder things? Because these are two different climates, two different areas. What was the struggle in Buffalo?
Dude, the snow in the winter.
Snow in winter.
There's a parking lot with 40, 50 cars, and they all got 3 feet of snow on them, and the parking lot's got 3 feet of snow. And you got to get the snow off the car and get it out of the spot. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. And then before you pull it into the shop, you pull you get the snow broom and you get all the snow off, and then like I would take an air hose. Not a lot of people do this, but you take an air hose and you get as much snow off as possible, because as soon as you pull it in, it's just dripping. It's just dripping on you. And then like dealing with the rust, like I do not miss the rust. Like,
so I got a few questions on that. So the car thing, was it individual? Like every time you needed a car, you'd go out and get a car, it'd be covered in snow, you'd have to clean it off and bring it in, or did everybody go out in the morning and do all of them?
No, it was individual.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
No, every shop that I went to where everybody went out in the morning and cleared them all off worked way smoother throughout the day. So that's
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
But then like some days it would be snowing during the day. So like we're working during a snowstorm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
that's a different story. Yeah. I mean, we don't get snow up here anymore, in my opinion. It's when I started in auto body trade, we used to get snow, like crazy snow every year. These last 7 or 8 years, minus this last winter. These last 7 or 8 years, nothing at all. I feel bad for anybody who got into the plowing business,
or bought snowmobiles.
Yeah, I mean, then you're only out your own money. If someone bought a plow truck, they're trying to pay that thing off.
That's true.
Right.
But no, that's I had another question about snow, but I'm not remembering it. So anyway, so you're I want to know what made you make the move. So I didn't know that you did collision repair in Arizona. So what made you up and move down there?
So at the time, the girlfriend I was dating, we were doing long distance. She was going to law school in New York City. She's from Buffalo, and we went to the same high school and everything. And she got a job with American Express, and it was either move to New York City or move to Phoenix. And there was no way I was moving to New York City. So
I'm with you on that one.
So here we are across the country, and it's been awesome. I try and tell people it's like you literally dropped me on Mars.
Yeah.
Like, when I found out I had to move, dude, I like flew to Arizona and had 3 days to find a place to work and a place to live. And like, luckily with Facebook, like, dude, I just posted on one of the like Auto Body Technicians United page, dude, that I was looking for work and like my credentials and all that stuff. Dude, my inbox was flooded. Like I literally got to pick and choose what shop I work. Like I went and just interviewed a bunch of shops, and
that's how it should be.
That there's probably some other people that are most likely in this situation where they want to move like a long distance or journey. So yeah, continue, like give us some to do's or not to do, something that you learned while you were doing it. I mean, obviously looking for a shop or picking and choosing is good, but then you've got the actual moving phase. I mean, is it really just as simple as just picking your stuff up, selling what crap you don't want to take, and just going that way?
It's a lot of planning. I mean, me and my girlfriend, I mean, she's my fiance now, but
nice.
Like we had 2 apartments. Like I had a house in Buffalo and she had an apartment in New York City. So we had 2 things. So I was trying to get stuff from New York City to Buffalo to pack the moving truck. And like, luckily I got, great family to help me. So my dad drove the moving truck down. I drove a car full of stuff down, and like getting my toolbox in. Like my uncle has like some type of machine. He just picked it up, put it right in there. And then like, the shop, like I picked when I was in Arizona, like the owner is such a fantastic guy. Like he gave me a little bit of bonus when I first got there with no work, like just something to get me on my feet. And like the guys at the shop I worked for, before I even met them, like my dad pulled up with the moving truck, and my dad's like, yeah, they all came out and just lifted the toolbox out of the back of the moving truck on it. And I'm like, dude, like that box was heavy, bro. And like that was my first impression on these guys, and I was hyped. Like I love the shop I worked for, so
that's great.
Nice. That's
and like I said, they just taught me a different way of like doing collision repair. Like we don't have to listen to what the insurance company is dictating. Like the customer chose us to do the repair, and we're gonna do a great job on it.
Yeah.
And like have pride in that repair,
Right.
So,
Right.
What's up, Brandon?
It's cool to see a good team like that, or to hear about a good team like that, because that's a rare thing.
It really is, dude.
Thing.
Like I remember just like at back in Buffalo, I feel like it was just painters versus body guys. Just everyone's bashing each other. Dude, at this shop, it was like I couldn't have asked for a better paint team. Like it truly was just amazing. Like
body guys going out to lunch with paint guys, and then there's no throwing stuff at each other.
Dude, yeah, and like the one painter, me and him started, like, he was a big mountain biker, and I used to mountain bike as a kid, and then like he kind of was like pushing me to get into it out here. That we started going before work, and then like I still mountain bike like religiously. It's like my favorite thing to do, and so it's just cool. Awesome. Like
it's a good cool culture. Shop. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, something like that. When you have something like that going on, it's easy to come to work. It's easy to come to work and do a good job, versus if you dread the whole situation. You just morals low, everything.
And that could come from one bad apple in the team.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody else can dread going to work because of one bad apple. Is that really worth keeping that bad apple? You know, that's my question. But I'm not the shop owner, so
exactly
not up to me. Yeah. But no, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. I love hearing about cultures like that. You're not the first person I've heard that from. So I always hope that I would find that somewhere. So it does exist. It's good to hear.
And it exists more in the PDR industry. Like the shop I was at in Colorado, like, dude, everyone got together. Awesome. Like we're all chilling, fixing dents, like bumping music, like hanging out, like going to lunch. Like it's just been a breath of fresh air, really.
Right. So you got to your new shop. You got to hang out and do stuff. What was the some of the differences? Was there any like rec related differences or any procedures, standard operating procedures, or anything that was different? Or I mean, you mentioned this was an independent shop that was totally different. So
we didn't do a lot of frame repair there because most of the shit would total out. Like that's the thing. Like they would write it so high is when they need a frame rail, like it's probably getting totaled. Like they didn't have a machine with like the car liner system in there. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be measuring with that stuff. I'd be like tram gauging, and like I wouldn't be fixing rails or something because they'd have a frame shop they would send it to if it needed that and wouldn't get totaled, which I love doing framework. That's what as a body tech, that's what I love doing. So that was kind of like a bummer, but like at the same time, that stuff beats you up.
It does.
Constantly.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
So like, it was nice just to do like, quarter panel replacements, core supports and like, unisides and like just like bolt-on panels. Like it wasn't
money making.
Yeah, like it wasn't like, oh, I got to put on an upper and a lower rail and I'm getting 3 hours for this rail, and you got to test fit everything, and you have to make sure that rail is in the right spot, because if something were to go wrong, like I treat every car like it's I'm putting a family member in there. Like no matter what it is, whether it's a dent or anything, like, so you got to be careful. Like it's not just fixing the car.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned you got that far into the trade, so you must have done. You felt pretty comfortable fixing cars and auto body at a certain point, right? You got that far. So how long did it take till you were comfortable fixing cars? You think years wise?
By yourself? Yeah,
I'd say about 3 years by myself, to where I was like,
that's what I expected.
Very efficient, where I'm not working that hard to like get everything together, and like, I'm, my cuts are very clean and my gaps are all like, it makes just like the small steps that make your body work go smoothly. Like I mentioned I was good friends with my painter. Like he got me to stop using body filler. Like I wasn't using body filler on anything. Like I was using glaze for my seams. Like you just get the metal work to a point where it's just a glaze coat.
Just a glaze coat.
You're dealing with pinholes, and when you're doing those seams, when there's tight turns and all that stuff,
Yeah.
only press out so hard, but
right.
Yeah. I started glue pulling. Like that's really like in Buffalo
wow.
before I made the switch, I to Arizona, I bought a Kiko set because like the aluminum machine was just blowing holes in panels.
Right.
You know, I was getting frustrated, and they would call the Pro Spot guy in, and he would dial it in, and then people would mess with the knobs. And dude, as soon as I bought that Kiko set, it just like I fell in love. It was like it was the craziest thing, dude. I'll never forget this Ford Taurus. I did a glue pull on. Like I pulled the body line out with my K-bar, and like I just watched the whole thing walk out, and I was like, what, dude? And then I became obsessed with YouTube, like Gene's videos, Danny's videos, you know, Marty Runnick, like his, like I deep dived on like his theory of metal movement and like all that.
Right.
And like I just became a nerd, and like
is that where you first found glue pulling? Just on a YouTube video?
Yeah, like I was like hearing about it in the industry and stuff, you know, and like Kiko was kind of starting to
None of the guys at the shop were glue pulling.
No, and like everyone was kind of against it. People were like, all right, like my mentor Doug, he'll glue pull a bit. I mean, I haven't been back to the shop in a while, but he was starting to glue pull a bit when I was there before, and but it just made my repairs so clean, man. Like I was doing like crushed in quarter panels, lining them up to the door, into the new door, and just pulling that, matching it up, and just glazing, and like that's it. Like I'm not pulling the welder out and prepping stuff and taking the paint off and dealing with all that.
Yeah,
making holes that you got to fix later.
Yeah, or like over pulling and it just ping.
Right.
Pulls on. I've had that happen one time. That was devastating.
You know what I found that was one of the major things before I did glue pulling. I mean, one of the major parts of doing filler work is you'd sand your filler and then you'd have some high spots in the middle and you tap them in, and then you do your glaze, you know, to handle that, or another coat of filler, whatever. When I started glue pulling, all of a sudden, and using a light, no more high spots in my filler. Yeah. I never had to tap anything down because the light showed me the high spots and I was able to handle them before putting the filler on. So yeah, that's that was something that I found to be a big change.
Right.
And then that shop I worked at, like I remember sending the owner a video of me glue pulling with the Kiko K-bar, and I was like, dude, I love this shit. Like, I love it. Like, I'm fixing this quarter panel with no time. And he messaged me back and he's like, send me what you want online and I'll buy it for you. So for the shop, but like, dude, like I went on Kiko to like whatever the shop set is, like level 2, whatever, I can't remember. And dude, a month later, it shows up at the shop and it was like Christmas, bro.
Like, right.
It was awesome. So that was cool.
That was a good day.
What year was that for you?
That I started glue pulling?
Yeah. That you're talking about here.
I'd say 2020. I'd say 2020.
So right in that.
Yeah, like COVID happened right when I bought that glue pull set.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it kind of got you into that mood and
Or I think it was when COVID was ending. I bought the glue pull set. I can't remember exactly, but it was around that time.
Around 2020. Yeah, that's fine.
Did you start using a light right away?
Dude, no, all reflection.
Yeah.
Okay.
All reflection.
Bigger, heavier stuff bulking out. You really don't need a light so much, but
that's why
it's fine details and stuff. It helps.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, sure.
100%. And then like I got the opportunity. Stuff wasn't working out at that shop in, the one I was working at in Arizona. So I got the opportunity to go learn PDR. And like, as soon as I got shown how to read a light and to push with a rod, it was, I was like, why haven't I been doing this the entire time?
Well, let's talk about that. How did you get the opportunity to learn PDR?
Well, I was just getting out of the shop. I needed to get out of the shop. I was looking at other options. I was like, getting burnt out of being a body guy,
Self-motivating.
Like I didn't want to deal with the chemicals. Like I lost my grandpa to cancer, and like he didn't even work on cars, and I'm dealing with cancerous shit all day. So I was like, looking at different options, and like I just still like loved glue pulling, and like my dad was like, why don't you just go to school and do PDR? Like you've been talking about it for years how you want to do PDR. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. So
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I went to Ding King at their South Carolina location with Chase Clark. I did 5 weeks out there, and yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, there's a mind shift change from bodywork to PDR. They have to learn
100%.
and figure out. But once you get over that, I mean, the body shop helps tremendously with all that stuff.
Dude, my thing was I was like, I'm not going back to the body shop. I'm not like, I was motivated to learn PDR, and I was like, I haven't sanded body filler in almost 2 years. Like,
right.
It feels so great. I do miss doing body work sometimes, but like to not have those chemicals, to not go home smelling like metal flakes and body filler and just being gross and just like, I need to shower as soon as I get home. Like it's great. I dress like I'm going golfing to work. Like I get to talk to people. Like most of my day is building relationships and talking to people, and like, like I have fun while I do it. You know what I mean? Like, I love being alive. Like I just love talking to people. I love meeting people. So like it's cool.
That's what it's all about right there. And body shops will kind of have you, aside from having good guys to go to lunch with and all of this, that, and other. I mean, that's only a short-lived thing. You're really just stuck in this era, and that's all you get. That's as far as you can go. And once you feel like or realize that, hey, I'm as far as I can go, you know.
Manuel says body guys are something else. You're absolutely right, Manuel.
Yep.
And Jared says you're killing it so far, doing some crazy impressive repairs.
Jared's been awesome to have as a local tech here. He's cool.
Yeah.
Jared's an awesome guy to know. You know, Jared and I are texting constantly about what repairs we're doing and everything like that. I was just super awesome dude to have in
100%.
your pocket, somebody to bounce off of, you know.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
He serviced the body shop I used to work at in Arizona. He was how I met him through that body shop, and that painter I was friends with. Like he's friends with that painter, and I met him at that painter's 40th birthday party. So it's so weird how like life works, you know. Like I didn't know he was as good. Like I knew he was a great tech. I watched him come in and fix a minivan quarter, and it was just insane. Like it was destroyed. And like I knew it was a crazy repair, but then when I started doing PDR, like I was like, oh my god, that repair was insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just the techniques and ways to go about it are different.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So we talk about training a lot on this podcast. I don't think we've had anybody. We have had a few people on that have gone to Ding King, but we didn't really talk about Ding King in particular. I mean, what did they do to you over there? How did they get you going?
I mean, it's, the typical, circles on a hood, and you push the high spot, tap down the high spot.
Finding your tip and then knockdown practice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And like bare metal tip to start. Like I wasn't allowed to put anything on it at first, which is great because it doesn't give you like a crutch at all. And then once Chase kind of saw that I could see my tip and I understood metal flow, I mean, as a body guy, we know how to flow metal. We don't know how to flow it as, finessely as a PDR guy, but we can move it if we need to.
Right.
He had me working on a customer van within like not even my second week into it, like glue pulling on like a Mercedes Sprinter van limo.
Yeah.
Into glue pulling.
Yeah.
That fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
being that you were glue pulling at the shop, you were already familiar with that. It's nothing new, no hurdles to jump over. Another thing, like finding tool tips and stuff, that's really easy for body guys because you're doing stuff similar to that in a shop already.
Definitely.
Blending hammers, you're using body shop hammers, but you're using them as a blending style. It's just a different kind of mindset, but all those things we kind of overcame while in a body shop. And that's something that if you step straight into PDR that you have to overcome.
For sure.
It's the same thing. It's just on a microscopic level.
Right.
It's literally the same thing. Like That book, The Theory of Metal Movement,
Mm-hmm.
like that, it's the same. It's the same thing. All metal acts the same way. I mean, aluminum and steel have different properties, but they all act the same.
Right. So that's how you got second week glue pulling on the Sprinter van, and you stayed there 5 weeks. You said. What else?
Yeah.
Did they get into anything else kind of crazy?
Well, so he does like ceramic coating and detailing out there.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I wanted, I paid attention to like kind of that stuff. But like, I went to college for a year and a half and kind of like about for that type of stuff. So I kind of understood it. But then he would just keep us on like customer vehicles, and like he would make some nasty dents on like rental cars that we would fix. Like he would just kick a fender and teach us lateral tension. And
wow.
He would
I didn't know they went that deep.
Yeah, well, Chase does it a little. He'll just have a job come into his shop. That's what I loved. Is that
real
location of Dinking is a shop. It's not just a training facility. So like he'll get real jobs that come in, and he's like, hey, come over here and watch how I fix this. And like Chase would have a beam in his shop, and he'd have a ratchet strap around it with glue, and he would show you like how to set that up and how to pull and like just different stuff. He'd have hail cars come in, and he would teach us how to estimate hail cars and like, take apart gates and stuff. But like I already knew how to take apart all this stuff. So yeah, I would just kind of help out in the shop. Like it was great because like at the end of the day, if he was dipping and we still wanted to work, like I could keep pushing dents. You know what I mean? Like he'd be like, you're painted for training. You know what I mean? Like if you want to keep pushing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, sure. So you got a lot of the real techniques and stuff like right then, not fabricated as far as like estimates and, I mean, of course, from the initial first week starting your dent, you got on some real stuff.
Yeah. And that's like being in a body shop, you need to learn by being on the car. Like that's where you learn doing PDR. For me was actually doing it. Like, you could teach me how to do the estimate, but I want to hold the iPad and do it, like select the factors, and I want to take the pictures, and like I want to see the whole process. And like that's something that is like I explain to my customers as a PDR guy, like I know the whole process of repairing your car, not just fixing the dent. Like I can take a look at everything else. I could bring your car in, I blueprint it, like I take pictures of everything, like I do everything exactly how it was taught. You know what I mean? And not just worry about the dent and get out of there.
Right.
So,
that's good.
And where's that place at? That's Ding King. And
they have the Ding King in the South Carolina location. Chase's business is Details and Dents. Okay. And he runs the Ding King out of there. And, but Ding King has a location in, I believe they have one in St. Louis. They have one in Denver, Colorado. They got one in Costa Mesa. Yeah,
Texas,
and they got one in Texas,
California. There's a Ding King in your area of the country for sure, unless you're in in your area of continental.
Within a few hours in the U.S. for sure.
Yeah, and they've been great, dude. Like Todd's the owner, Blake's his son. Like the whole team over there is just like they treat you like family. It's just been like so heartwarming. Like I see them at MT, I see them at PDR Expo, and like they want to know what's going on with their past students. Like I get to meet past students, and we link and talk. It's really cool. So
yeah, that's a good thing. And you'll find when you get out here in the real world that fixing or repairing, removing damage is sometimes maybe the easier thing to do. Right, when you're out here trying to sell jobs and talking to customers, and you, like Stefan was talking about earlier, had a guy pull up a chair behind him and start talking. He didn't really sign up for being a therapist that day or whatever the case, but you have to kind of lend some of your attention over here or over there, and not necessarily doing what you're doing, but still be able to do a good job. Yeah, and of course that's where the experience part comes in. I still learn a lot of stuff I feel like every dent still.
You should.
I take away something, you know.
You should.
I like this question, but I'm not going to be able to answer it.
Kurt says, "What's the coolest car you ever repaired?"
I've got to work on some pretty cool stuff. I worked on a 73 Impala a few months ago. I just worked on a 2022 Ferrari F8, which was really cool. That was at one of my dealership accounts. It was the owner of the dealership's neighbor. And it was a dent on the front of the hood, and there's no access. And there was matte PPF on it.
Nice.
So, like, glue pulling's kind of no-go. And I was like, you know, it was a super tiny, like, barely noticeable ding. But I was like, all right, pond to the ocean. You know, make the pond to the ocean. And then once it got to a certain point, I was like, I think it's shallow enough that I could get away with cold gluing it. And I cold glued, dude, and it came out amazing.
On top of the PPF, really?
Yeah. And I've hot glued on top of PPF before.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in Colorado, there's no access on the front of the hoods on the Mavericks, and the front of the hood is all PPF, and they didn't want to replace the hoods. And the guy I was working with, who he's done HAL for, I think it was 7 years. He was like, dude, just glue pull it, but wait for the glue to cool down before you pull. And we were getting some pretty tight pulls.
Interesting. Yeah. That's good to know. I mean, I will use it as an option if I have no other option, and I warn people that I might pull their PPF.
I've fixed a dent on a rail before one time that I didn't even like. I just went straight to glue pulling it, and I think I started tapping it at first, and I was like, dude, these taps are leaving weird little marks. They're like the self-healing marks, and I was like, just turn around, put a glue tab on it, and pulled and did the whole repair. And then at the end, I was like, oh my god, that's PPF on the side of this. Like, I just did the whole glue pull repair on this A-pillar, and it came out great. And
without knowing,
I was like, thank God.
I think some of this newer style PPF is a lot better than the older stuff.
I watched somebody pull PPF off a car with a glue tab. So
I have. Yeah.
Right. So I've seen, that's the only time I've seen somebody attempt it. That's why I'm like, not doing that. But the more I hear about it being successful, okay, maybe I'll try it.
It's only in an instance like where, you know, you can't like that one area that like I fixed on that rail, like my PPF shop is right there. Like I have a client who does PPF. So like if anything, I could have been like, hey man, I just pulled the PPF on this. Yeah. And like, it's just like, that's just an expensive business, you know, like it's a learning experience, you know, I'll still take the relationship building over losing a couple $100 on some PPF.
Right.
100%.
Right. For sure. I mean, as long as you let somebody know, the possibilities beforehand, then, I feel like I feel like they take it better, and then if you just go over there and screw it up and try to fix it without telling them,
because you look less professional when you're doing it that way. You're trying to backtrack. Where like we all know what can happen in PDR. Like I haven't even been doing it that long, but I can tell you like there might be paint that could crack. Like you could pull paint. Like even if it's factory paint, like you have a really good chance of it not pulling, but there's just it can happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Educating your clients is huge.
I do want to hit on Alexis, what he says here. He says he thanks for the information, but he wants to learn PDR really bad. And I give you my little, I mean, everybody has mostly heard my story, but I started learning PDR online. I went to realworldpdr.com, signed up for his course, and I learned from there. You can also learn from dentslayer.com. You can learn from autoappearanceinstitute.com, denttrainer.com. There's John Vidic has one now. I don't know. There's so many options, and that'll get you going. And you'll at least learn how to find your tip, learn which tools to buy, you know, how to read a light. And then if you decide that you want to go further and get some in-person training afterwards, that's also what I did. So I highly suggest it. But it start out on online. If you just want to dip your toes into it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. There's definitely not. And kind of to carry on that, Jesse's talking about having a 3-hour conversation with
We had a great phone call the other day.
Yeah. He's talking about pretty much, it looks like he called to ask you some questions, kind of see where your journey was, pick at some stuff and kind of help him. There's lots of technicians that you can call and do that with. I mean, I can only speak for me, but I'm sure a lot of people, if you called any guys in this chat room or me or Stefan, Jeremy, I mean, I'd pick up the phone and
absolutely
help you the best we could.
That's what I love about this industry, man. Like, we're all trying to help each other.
Yeah. Gavin's got another good question.
That's my little brother.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
So I'd say the biggest thing I've had to learn since going on my own is just how to like maintain the business relationships and like really sell yourself and like keep coming back. And like a lot of these shops, like these small mom and pop shops, at least the ones I service, like they don't text me for dents. Like I have to call them and like show up and like keep on that trail. You know what I mean? And like, and also really figuring out like who's worth your time. Like there's so many dealerships out there and there's so many clients that aren't for you. Like they're not, you got to learn to say no, like, and don't jump on everything. That's one thing that I've really like had to catch myself doing. Is like when like I just like as long as I fix some dents today, like I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to jump or do anything crazy. So
yeah, sure, absolutely.
Learning how to say no. I hear that from a lot of PDR business owners.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's definitely difficult, especially when you have a technician mindset, to change it over to a business salesperson networking mindset. You gotta kind of think logically in those parameters. You can't just say, yeah, I can fix it, but is it worth my time? Will it upscale my business? Any of that stuff.
Exactly.
I got a comment here because the first time I looked into PDR, I didn't end up getting into it. So the PDR tech talked me out of it. But my initial reason for looking into PDR is I had a tech look at a dent on my car and he said, "Oh no, there's no access there. I can't do it." And he walked away. And at that time I was learning bodywork and I was learning, which is a hard thing to do with bodywork. And I went, man, sounds great to be able to just say, nope. Walk away, because I couldn't do that as an apprentice body tech. I had to fix whatever they put in front of me. So I was like, man, I want to be a PDR. So I can say no.
Yeah.
So I think I have a step up on that whole saying no thing.
Yeah,
because I really don't have an issue. I don't have an issue saying no.
Right.
It's almost a problem. Everything they send me, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, sure. Josh says, how was it getting into your market with all the heavy hitters there? So was there something that you just done, networked, or
I mean, story? Dude, there are a lot of great PDR guys, and you know, I'm friends with a lot of them, and I market myself as somebody who's willing to take on big dents because being a body guy and having the glue pulling experience beforehand, I've kind of learned to move metal really well. I'm obviously we all learn. I'm not great, you know what I mean? Like I'm not some superior PD. I'm not trying to say I'm fantastic, but if somebody has a shop and I go there and they're like, oh, we use so-and-so, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. You know, we're all colleagues. Like I can call any of them at any time. So like, I just let them know like, hey, like if they ever can't make it, like I'd love to see if maybe I have time to come help you out in the future. Like no pressure, but call them first. Like I want you to call them first. And like, just because like I'm right, at least right now, like I'm busy enough as it is. I don't need to step on anyone's toes. Like I don't do advertising. Like, it's all just word of mouth. So like, why would I sour relationships for nothing? And then I feel like, you know, you're a normal person and you're being, you know, trying to build those relationships. They just come. Like, people will give you a chance. You know, like, I'm at one of my accounts, one of my favorite accounts now. If any of my accounts are listening, you're all my favorite accounts. But like, I met him. I was working for another dent guy, and I was on the side of the road, and he pulled up, and he's like, "Hey, like, I do dents, blah blah blah, at all these dealerships. Like, if you ever need anything," like, he gave me his card, and then like a year later, I'm working with him. So it's like, it's just weird how life works. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't right at the time when he introduced himself to me, but it came around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Life works in mysterious ways.
For sure.
It does. It does. Chris has a good point here, talking about embracing the word no. Usually, it's not necessarily the dent that you're saying no to; it's the customer. And yeah, that would get into that, and you kind of have to figure out your own path with that. But yeah, that's just one of those things out there. I have a hard time saying no a lot of times, just because I want to try and help everybody out, but then I have to reel myself back in and say, you know, that's probably not a good use of my time. And I'm pretty much lots of times I'm pretty correct in saying that, you know, because I don't want to get something that I got to spend 2 days on, and, you know, trying to get a minute amount of money, and when I could have done so much more in those 2 days. So I don't know. That's just me. I have a hard time saying no, but you know,
I'm also more willing to say yes. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm also more willing to say yes if I'm not busy. Like, if I'm not super busy, I'll take on some stuff I probably have no business doing.
Right.
And like, I've gotten to, you know, not have great success with some of those dents, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I've worked the whole, like, there was a quarter panel on a Transit. I remember I texted Jared a picture of it, and like, one of the things he said was just good luck. He was just he was just sending me pictures of like where to set up a pole, and the body shop didn't have a frame machine, so I was trying to do everything on a pole with ratchet tabs, and I worked all day. All day from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. that the shop was open on this dent. Could not fix the dent, and I was just like willing to. I was just packing my tools up. I went to the front, and I was just like, it's got to go conventional, unless you know someone that can fix it, because I can't do it. And like, they were still willing enough to pay me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, enough to where I was like, I'm happy that I didn't just waste my entire day, but like, I crow, you know what I mean? Like,
those you'll have those days too. I mean, that's part of the learning building process. I mean, a couple of years from now, you could probably revisit something like that, and I don't know, who knows, depending on the situation, you could probably do it.
Well, so this one was weird. It was a O'Reilly's car, and they scheduled it for an estimate. And when I showed up at the body shop for the estimate, the O'Reillys never showed up. Yeah. So I never got to see it in person. So I was like, send me videos. And I tried to do an in-depth thing over the video, and I got there, and there was a whole crease in the top the guy didn't take a video of, and the inner was damaged on the back side of the quarter. And they don't have a frame machine there. So I'm trying to fix the inner with the outer on, and with ratchet straps and glue tabs, and like, it's not working. You know, you to fix an inner, you can pre-pull, but then like, you got to cut the panel off and really fix that inner where it needs to go, you know, to really relieve that stress and have the new panel fit seamlessly.
That's that body tech in you right there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I understand that. I have a lot of people that look at stuff and they say, oh yeah, he can fix that, no problem. And it's totally destroyed stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people out here that have more faith in me than I have in myself. But,
you can say that again.
Dealership Dealership guys, I feel like are always like that. Oh, this one's not bad. It'll definitely pop out. I've seen it come out before.
Yeah.
How have you
When they
seen
say
that
pop
dent
out.
come out before? That dent is not the same as any other dent.
No.
Yeah, well, these are usually from body shops, not dealerships, that tell me this stuff. And
Okay.
I get a lot of guys that retail style people that say, "Oh, well, it's not that bad." And when as soon as they say it's not that bad, it's pretty much the entire door. And I got one this morning that was like that. They backed up into it with a truck, and he's like, "Oh, it's just a little spot on it. Yeah, it's just a little all over it. That's all." They just reworded it wrong.
They send you a picture of the impact point, and it's the whole freaking
a
rest of
really
the dent.
really close up, like it's only that.
Yeah, that was my sitting behind me customer over the weekend sent me a picture like that, and it ended up being a whole door. Oh, a guy kicked my door. I'm an Uber driver and keep getting bad reviews. I don't know why. I think I might know why, but okay. Anyway, no, it's customers are definitely a whole other thing out there.
Yeah.
It's running a business. It's a lot more than just fixing dents, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Well, Jeremy, we made it an hour. Do you have what's the future plans for Jeremy? Got anything?
Are you going to MTE?
I am planning on going to MT. Yes. Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Future plans for me, keep fixing dents and try and keep investing in myself. That's
Just
good.
building your brand, building your business.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
That's awesome.
Good.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to you, and we appreciate you coming on to the show. And
Thanks for having me.
Everybody else that hangs out with us, we appreciate you guys too. Look forward to seeing you guys every week. So
You're a popular guy, Jeremy. We have more viewers than regular tonight.
Yeah.
Cool.
It had to be you.
That's
not us.
that says something about his marketing and networking skills right there.
Positivity. I love your positivity. I
You
really
gotta be positive. We're alive. We woke up, dude.
Right.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
We woke up today. No matter how bad of a day it is, it couldn't get any better. Like, we're breathing.
I didn't even see that Josh wrote this. He little like a dime. I like that. I like that.
That's funny.
Like
I'm gonna ask that next time I get it. It's just
that's good stuff right there.
That is really good. I like that.
All right. Well,
thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Good night, guys. See ya.
Have a good night.
So crank it up loud.